Hi everyone, trying a new camera angle here. Having problems with my phone. I think I've got too much on there, so I need to sort out what I want and what I don't want. So I've set up my camera, managed to get it above me, and I'm going to continue doing part 3 of how I do my junk journal. So this is going to be weird for me because I'm working at a new angle now. So my last video I had started all the stamping. Well, I actually finished the stamping, so sorry you didn't get to see all that. So I've done all the stamping, some of it that hasn't been stamped because I haven't stamped everything. So it's like so, and I've just kind of put it all into its little bundles. So I've got my 4 little bundles. So I'm going to work on my first bundle and just I'm going to turn it to face me. So I'm going to use 2 of the coffee stained paper and 2 doilies, and I've decided I'm going to do the twine binding on this album. It's just one because it will take me forever to do the stitching. So I'm going to slip in some papers, just like so, and this one I'm going to put in this little kind of half scalloped circle. And I've just remembered I didn't even check to see if my volume is on. So, oh goodness, what a disaster if it's not. So I'm going to slip another one of them in there, like so. So that's that bundle ready. My next bundle. And what I do is things like doilies, I do then glue, a little bit on like this edge onto the paper once I've put it all in. That's how I find it easier to work like that. Everybody works differently. Now what's the right way around? I'm just checking on this. This and another doily, and this was the paper, I'm not sure if you can see it, where I done the crackle stamping on there. So that's 2. Just making sure everything is the right way up as well. So I'm just going to pop that in there. And the good thing about using this camera, I can just go on and on and on now. It will just take me 2 days to upload it onto YouTube. Hence why that isn't why I use it. And this piece. So that's that ready. I'm going to turn that round to me, make sure it's all facing the right way. I'm going to use a doily in this one. And like so. And what shall I use here? Use this one. So that is my 4 signatures. I will be adding to it once I've put it in. I'll create pockets and whatnot. So I'm just going to set that to one side just now, and I'm going to quickly grab my cover, and the cover was part 1. So, and as the paper is really got no direction to it whatsoever, I'm going to start here, and I'm actually just going to use a piece of, it's really fine, oh there you are, still trying to get used to this, that way, it's really fine wool, but it's actually really, this is terrible, trying to get used to this, really strong. So there's a little knot in this, which I'm just going to cut out, cut away, and I'm just going to hold that there, leaving my tail like so. And because I've got 4 signatures, I'm going to wrap this round 4 times, so that I've got 4 pieces inside the cover, not on the outside. Just like so. So you see the 4, and I can move them around once I have once I've tied it all in here. Right, I'm just checking you can see. So I'm just going to do this. Now sometimes I have to use my bond holder just to put all these up here like so, so that then I can push that one under there and this side under there like so, and then I'm just going to tie this in a knot just like that. And I'm going to leave quite a bit on there because I'm undecided what I'm going to do with that yet. So you've got your 4 pieces like so, and you can just move them around to where you want them. I have actually used this before and actually completely covered that, and you haven't been able to see it. Oh, it looks messy right now. But you know, if you've got some nice thick lace or some rosette trim or something, you can completely cover that. But when you do, and when you're gluing it, just make sure that these are spaced out well, otherwise, you know, it ends up looking all messy inside. So I'm just going to grab my first signature here and make sure it's all in, and I'm just going to slip that through here like so. And the second one. This one doesn't want to go in. Sometimes I end up a bit fingers and thumbs trying to do this. There we go, it's going in. No, it's not, it's just tucked behind the other one. There we go. And the third one. Just like so. And the fourth one. And fourth one. So that's me, got everything in there now, and it's all the right way up, just like so. And you have, you know, you've got room to add more if you wish, and once you start adding to it, it kind of bulks out a little bit anyway. So what I'm going to do now is decide. I've had to move stuff around as well now. I've lost my other doilies, so I'm just looking for them now. Ah, there they are. So, like so, I'm going to add some doilies onto my side, to the sides, to create some tuck spots. And I'm going to choose this one here. So I'm just going to fold that in half. Stick that there. Is eBay calling me? Just going to make sure my glue is going to work. I always forget to put the lid on it. Naughty. So I'm just using a paper clip to unblock it and give it a little shape. Okay, Doesn't want to come out. Still doesn't want to come out. There's not a lot left in this bottle. Might have to open a new one. Come on. Not typical. Oh, it's getting there. I think it's just because there isn't a lot in there. So just run a little bit along either side of the crease that I've just made in the middle. Okay, doesn't want to work. I'm going to open a new one because I really can't be bothered messing around with that one. See, this is what happens when I'm making a junk journal. And you lot think, oh, it only takes a little while. Well, it does, but all the little hiccups in between, I get it done a lot quicker. Snipping the end off that as well. Because I do find sometimes that I nearly break my hand trying to squeeze the glue out. Right, it's probably a little bit more than I wanted. So which page was it? That was this page here. So I just line it up and make sure I've got an even space either side, at the bottom and the top. And I would normally put something in between that so that it doesn't stick to the paper on the other side. Now I've got gluey fingers. So that's that one done. Let me see if I can find another page I want to add one to. Go on to the second signature. And I don't like to add doilies where obviously there's something here because it catches and then it can just wreck what the time you've spent on it. So I may not add one on this signature. Oh well, I'll do it on here. Actually, this is on the third one, so I'm just going to set that on there like so while I glue this. Oops, keep forgetting that I've got to check that I'm getting this in frame. So that's that one. And it does take a little while to dry. I didn't use all of these that I done, but I could slip them in throughout because of the method of this binding. Nice and easy. So I'm just going to look for another one. It's not going to interfere with anything else. I think I'll do it on the I think there's someone at my door. I will be back in a moment. Sorry about that, someone was at the door, so I'm back again. What am I doing? I'm putting in doilies. So I'm going to look for one more place to stick a doily in. I've put in, I think, is it 2 already? 2 or 3 already? Oh. I'm going to put one in on the last page. I'm just going to set that there. Don't seem to have enough camera space view on my lens, so I mean I'm just working with what's oh, that was a bit too much, so I don't want all that. But see, this is what happens with real crafting. You make mistakes and too much glue comes out your tub, your tube. Right, so this is going to take a little bit longer to dry, so I'm going to set my ruler on there, and while these bits are drying, I'm just going to pop it to one side. I am going to go through my folder that I keep all my ephemera and whatnot in. So I'm going to see what I have here to cut out, and I love these. These are from start again. These are from Ephemera's Vintage Garden, and they're a free download. So if you want to pop over and see, I've got these. I purchased them on Etsy. What else do I have? These are some Marion Smith, so I'll probably use some of them. Let me see what else I have in here. So what I do is I print a load of them out and then just pop them in and use them if and when I need them. That is really, really pretty. Some of these as well. So we'll see what we have. Some Marion Smith bits. These were just some random things I found on Pinterest and I just printed them off. So we'll leave it with that for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut out what I want. So I do most of this just by hand. Sorry, this is all the boring part, but you did say you wanted to see. And when I say they wanted to see, I mean everyone on the Junk Journal Junkies group over on Facebook, and I'll put a link below. What else do we have here? I like this one. And once I cut all these out, I normally ink them up with some walnut stain. Not even sure if I'm in frame here. So that's me got that. Actually, I think I might use one of these as well. It's a real pretty colour. This one here. I've done a video before on how I make them, but not actually like completing it and decorating it and whatnot. So this is all new to me, and I hope I'm not boring you. Some of these I use just as journaling spots, some of them I use to create little pockets. Just depends on what I want to do, because I really don't, not unless it's completely themed and I'm just using like one kit, because I do use a lot of digital kits, you know, then I know what I'm doing, but you know, ones like these I do not plan them. I just start off doing, you know, get some coffee dyed paper, and then, you know, do my cover. And the cover is normally, obviously, making the covers is the first thing I do. Obviously determine the size of my, you know, what size pages I need. But actually decorating it is where I actually struggle. So, and this lot actually here was one that I printed off, and it didn't actually print off that well. There's a few little lines on it, but it actually adds to the vintage look. So that's that. Shall I use this Telegram one? Yep. And when I normally make my journals, I've normally got some music on as well. I'm normally humming away, but I won't do that because I really can't sing and I really don't want to embarrass myself that much. So I'm going to use some of these little vintage postcards, and I use these a lot because they're really sweet. The last time I used this camera, I do believe that the video that I made, which was about 10 minutes long, took about 7 hours to upload onto YouTube. So I wasn't too happy about that. I don't understand why it takes so long, and yet use it, you know, and I do it in HD, and even doing it on HD with my my iPhone and uploading straight from my iPhone to YouTube, it's like, you know, a 15-minute video will take about 3-4 minutes and it's there. But no, technology of Apple, I suppose. Right, let's do, I'm going to use 2 of these. I'm going to use this one and this bottom one. It's been that long, it'll probably take me ages just to work out how to use Movie Maker again, because no doubt it's been updated and changed since, I don't know, since the last 2 years, because I really think that was the last time. I'm just going to move this camera forward slightly, you can see everything falling over. There we go. Yeah, so things change all the time. Okay, straight on the floor with that lot. I do that and then pick it all up later, or in a few days, when I actually can't see the floor. And it's amazing what you find on the floor as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly go around everything with some walnut stain. This is my favourite ink pad for, you know, going around the edges, especially with the vintage journals. I tried the vintage photo, and I think it's too kind of orangey for my liking, and yet I love it on other people's. You know, when they say, oh, I've used vintage photo, I think, oh wow, that's really nice, how come mine doesn't look like that? Actually, if this all works with this camera and this, the way I've got it set up, I'll actually be able to do, you know, more process videos, because I do think, you know, this 15 minutes that I have, I think, oh, it's not a lot of time, and I rush it, and, you know, sometimes I try to do it and I don't like having to, especially when it's just a, you know, a quick, would be generally a quick thing, and then it takes, you know, maybe 2 videos to get it all completed, and I'm constantly looking at the time and getting anxious because I want to try and beat the clock. Hope all you paper lovers out there is liking this noise, because I like this noise as well. I like listening to people ink up their paper. It's a bit freaky. Here we go, on to the last one. So I set that out of the way. I'll just get a wipe because I can see little bits falling off of my distress pad. It's getting a bit old. Need to get some new ones. I've got tons actually, but they're all been used on different colours. Maybe just the once as well, which kind of rather annoys me. because they're not cheap. I'm just going to dry that off so nothing sticks to it. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to take a drink. Right, let's see if some of this is dry. Not particularly. Right, so this is what I'm planning on putting in it so far. May add some more. Some of these pages here that I've coffee dyed, what I'm going to do is get my Big Shot out and I'm going to run it through with some smaller scalloped circles. You can see that square on there where the paper must have been laid over it or something. So I'm going to use, it's a bit wrinkled up, this one. This was some My Mind's Eye paper that I'd purchased absolutely ages ago on eBay, and when I got it, it was so paper thin, well, it's paper, but really, really thin, that I was quite disappointed. I'm not sure if it was someone had actually photocopied it, because the quality was definitely not My Mind's Eye quality, but the papers were, the designs were, so I don't know if someone was being a bit naughty. Right, so I'm going to grab my Big Shot and see if I can do this in frame. When I say that, I've just set everything on top of my Big Shot to be able to put my camera where it is now. Okay. Right. You're not actually going to see much, but I'm going to set that up like so, and I'm going to get my, it's this Sizzix scallop circle, and I think I'm going to use this size here. I'm actually just going to quickly check one of my, no, I'm actually going to use the next one down, I think. I'm going to use that one. So, I'm going to actually layer up a few sheets here and cut through, because it will do that. Because the paper is a little bit bouncy, I'm going to hold that in like so. I'm going to put the handle around the wrong way. Just going to run that back the other way now. Just make sure it's gone through all three sheets, and it has. I've got my, I'm going to do that again. And these little extra bits that, you know, they are not wasted. I'll turn them into banners. Okay, I'm just going to move this out of the way now. So I've got another 3. I'll just set that to one side. So with these I just fold them in half with a frame. I have to mark my map for this so that I know where I am. It's only something like a little 2.5, 3-inch screen on the camera, whereas my iPhone, also you can see it's a lot bigger. So I see a lot more. So I'm just going to go around the edges of these, just like so. don't like to see, excuse me, I don't like to see the white on the edges, but sometimes I like to see a little bit of white throughout the journal, but not bright white, you know, just a little bit here and there, just to kind of break it up, if that makes any sense. Right, so these I'll just open them out and just put them in pairs, well not pairs but two sections. Right, I've got to take all the little bits out that I've used so that pages don't stick together. Right, so find the first one, which is here. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue along there. Now it's coming up out too quick. Just a little bit there and just a little bit there. And I just put this in the centre of the doily, just like so. Find the other one, wherever it is. There it is. And I'm going to use this one. Oops, and again, oh, I didn't put a little bit here or there. And I really can't wait till Christmas because I'm hoping that someone buys me a sewing machine. And I've kind of let everyone know that's what I want, so they can all chip in and treat me. And then I'll probably be stealing all their jeans and anything that looks nice fabric wise and cutting it up and making blankets. Okay, so that's me done with that. And it's looking quite chunky already, you know, when you stand it up, there we go, look. So I haven't used these three. I'm going to see if I can create a few little pockets with some of the things that I've cut out. Okay. So I'm going to make a little kind of pocket tuck spot down here with this one. And I always use wet glue doing this, and I'm only doing it on two sides so that things can be slipped in from this way as well. Yeah, I use wet glue because when you stick tags in it, if you use tape, it tends to stick to it and really annoys me. There we go. And I'm going to use this one here, create another tuck spot somewhere, or actually maybe not. This is what I do. I do not go from one page to the other. I just scoot through and do as I please. My dog barking. My goodness, I think that's someone else coming to the door. Maybe not. No. So I'm actually going to make a large tuck spot here with this lovely image. So you see they do come together really, really quickly. They're not difficult. There's no rules to it. You just, well, there isn't. I don't stick to any rules. I just put things in as I please. I won't put anything there because it might catch on that. Here, let me see what else I have. I like this typewriter one. Sorry, I know I'm off camera doing that. Just put some glue on there and just pop that in there. look now. I have to fish out some more some more bits to put in. I'm just going to put that down there, and I'm only going to glue just around this little bit here. Create another little tuck spot. Let me see what else I have. Excuse me. I've had such a dry throat for the last couple of days. No. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave that for now. Where I've got the doilies just throughout, going through the middle, I'm just going to run a tiny little bit of glue. Not sure if you can see, I'll do it this way. So I'm going to make sure it's central, like so, and just run a little bit of glue along here. And then just hold that down, and you don't need a lot, sort of like that. And then we'll find the other side to that, which is here, and I've kind of made a boo-boo there. Well, I can actually tuck that. Can I tuck that right down? No, I'm actually going to tuck it onto the other side. I wasn't paying attention when I put the pockets on, but that's the good thing. It's you make these mistakes, but then something cool comes out of it. I'm going to use one of these. Just cut it in half. The crease line's already there for me, so it should make it easy. I'm just going to ink it up a little bit more, and I'm just going to pop that on there like so. So that's that one, and let me find the other one. Hiding everywhere in here. Right, this one here, again I'm just going to make sure it's all lined up properly. Long glue. And then just rub that down. And what I'm going to do with this one is cut that in half again. A little bit of ink. And just stick that on there. There's the other one. I'm going to do exactly the same. Just hoping my head wasn't in view then. And I will cut this one. Just ink it up again. There we go. So that's like so. And you can see it's kind of forming pretty well. And this is what I do, just flick through, see where there's some spaces, see what needs some attention. You know, and it is also good to have some, you know, some plain pages to add to further on down the line when you're actually using it. Like, this is a really nice paper here, and I'm not sure whether to leave it like that or just cover that over. Because you could write something nice in there. See, this is the dilemmas I have. And since I'm not a big journaler, I'm just actually going to stick it down and create a tuck spot. So I've just created that there. Whoops. Okay. Yes, I'm going to do that bit down. And that was the page that I done the crackle stamping on one of the previous videos. And I do like that look. It was actually really nice on the Halloween project that I done. Okay, this side I'm actually going to stick to this this page and not this page. Run my finger down that, and I'm just going to add this little piece to it. And you know what, I haven't actually used a lot of like paper, like designer paper or anything. I think I used about in total about 12 little pages, and I haven't actually used all of it. There's still scraps of it lying about. This one here, that's the other side to that one, so I think I'm going to leave that and glue that one down that side. Just like so. I'm going to add another one of these, and that kind of matches well with the paper, or does that? That's a nice contrast. Glue this one down. I'm going to leave that one, I think. Glue this one down. So I probably don't do this any different to you lot, but it is nice to see how other people do things. You know, even if you sit and watch a video for half an hour and you only get, you know, I don't mean to sound bad, but you come away with like one or two ideas out of it. You know, not everything everything that you like, or it's everything that you're capable of doing, but coming away from a video that, you know, that's inspired you from even just one little element in it is you know, is a good thing. Because you know, I know not everyone likes every single thing in, you know, in my journals, or they, you know, they might think it's a bit too easy. They're looking for something a little bit more advanced to do. So I'm quite pleased how this is coming on just now. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to think about the cover, and I'm just going to stop this video now, and I will be back once I've kind of thought about it, because I'm not going to ramble on while I'm thinking. I'll be here all night. So catch you soon. Hi there. So I've thought about what I'm going to do with the cover, and it's stressing me out, as the covers always do. So I'm actually going to just keep it simple. I'm using this tiny little bit of trim, and do excuse the noise, there's lads up the street kicking a ball around, and if you hear any unsavoury language I do apologise, because I've heard quite a bit tonight. So I'm just going to add a dab of glue on each little flower here. It hasn't all dried up because again I forgot to put the lid on my glue. Whoops. Right, so I'm just going to do that. Oops. One minute it doesn't want to come out and the next minute it's like shooting out of there. This is taking a while because this trim is so tiny. There we go, nearly done. Right, let's make sure it is the right way round, and I am just going to put that on there like so, and just hold that down for a second. I want it to take. Gluey fingers. So I'm just going to snip this little bit off. Oh, I just moved. There we go. I am going to, what have I done with it? I had, where is it? What have I done with that? I had the last little bird image just a second ago. Probably threw it all in here. No. What have I done with it? Can't find it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It flew away. So I'm just using this little image here, and I'm just going to glue it on like so. Like I said, keeping it simple, because honestly I can sit for hours trying to work out what to do on my cover. It can take me longer to figure that out than it is to actually make the album. It's getting, the light in here is getting really bad now. So I'm just gonna wait for that to dry. Shouldn't take long. And what I've decided to do on here is I'm going to find the centre, and I'm going to lay that down like so, and I'm just going to add some more of this and just let it, you know, like a tassel. So I'm just going to tie that on. Oops, some more fingers and thumbs here. Oops, didn't want it way down there. I'm too busy looking up at the screen here to actually watch what I'm doing. So that's one. And two. So I'm hoping this is just going to look like a tassel, because that's what my mind's thinking, but whether it does or not, I don't know. Okay, now this bit here, I'm going to try, I have to move that this way. I am going to try and wrap it. Actually, I'm just going to tie that on. I'm going to try something else. So now we've got all these tassels hanging down. I'm actually just going to trim them. And oops, I'm going to trim it about, actually I'm going to trim it there first because I'm not quite sure. So I'm just going to have a look at it and see whether I want it shorter. Sorry, I was looking at it there. Not sure if you can see that. I'm just going to leave that there because I'm a bit unsure. So really all I've got to do now is just add the rest of these little bits. I pulled a few tags, and these tags were part of the tag swap that I was in on the Junk Journal Junkies, and I'm just actually going to go around and distress the, just going to move that, distress them. Some lovely images on these tags, and we've just done another tag swap. All mine are done, and I'm going to pop them in the post tomorrow. And my partner was actually someone who just lives up in the next county, so that was handy. Okay, so I'm just going to flick through here. Right, I'm going to find my pockets and my tucks, and I'm just going to add some of them in there, like so. Just going to pop this little postcard in there. I'm going to pop this tag in there, and what I'll do is once I've done that I'll go through and, oh, what's happened here? It's got itself in a little knot. I should have to redo that. There we go, and there's tuck spots there, but I'm looking for my pockets. I'm going to pop the telegram one in there, like so. Oh, and I do hope this has turned out okay using this camera, because I'll cry, because this is most of the actual, most of the process was on this. We'll see. Let me have a look, and I pop that in there. Pop this one in here like so. And let's have a look. Have I done any more pockets? I will put that in there. Pop this one in here. I should put that in that way. And no, I don't want to put it in there. Pop that in there, just like so. So these I'm just going to trim a little bit. And there you have it, my little journal. Hope I haven't bored you. I've enjoyed doing it, and I will just do one flip through. So that's the stamping, tea dyed paper, some more stamping in a doily. This lovely paper here. Oh, I'm not even in frame. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Some more stamping, some more of the coffee stained paper, a doily, tag, some stamping. Oh, the other side of the doily, some more stamping, tuck spot, some more stained paper. I do like this paper, this was really cheap actually. Tuck spot, stamping, little half a scallop circle, some more doily and a little piece here and some stamping. Now you could add so much more to this, but I'm just going to leave it at that because it will be never ending, and I want to leave some space for it to be actually used. So hopefully this has all been pretty straightforward and you've learnt something, or you've seen something that you might use. Oops, what's that side? next time I do one, I think I will do a sewing in the signatures. I've actually just done one of them, but that's for a swap, so couldn't really do a video on that because I want it to be a surprise for her. So that's my little chunky journal, and it with its little tassels on the end. I may come back and do something to that, but if I do anything major to it, I'll do a flip through video on it. It measures exactly 6 inches by 4 inches, so there we have it. So thanks for staying with me and watching this, and if you've got any other questions, just ask. Thank you, bye.